What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to be showing you some of the stuff that I usually take out to shoot street work, and or I guess what's in my. This is going to be like a what's in my street photography bag video. First off, we're going to start with the camera that I'm using right now. Um, I'm using the Canon AE1 program. So basically, right now, this is the main camera that I'm shooting with as far as street photography. This or my Fuji X100Z. Yep. So I mean, anytime that I want to actually shoot like film, 35 millimeter film, I'm actually using my Canon AE1. The other thing that I also take out for my film when I'm shooting film on the Canon AE1 is I need film, of course. So I'm shooting with the right now I'm just shooting like a lot of black and white. So I'm shooting a lot of HP5 black and white film. I do shoot color, but right now I'm mainly shooting black and white. So this is another thing that I've been taking out in my film photography street work shoot. The other thing that I'm using as well is I'm using a KEKS light meter. So basically, if I'm not using my light meter, the internal light meter in my camera, or if I'm not using the app light meter on my phone, I always keep my KEKS light meter with me, and it's very small. I've had it for about, I want to say, like 6 months now, and I have yet to charge it. But yep, so KEKS light meter as well is also, and it has a nice little LED screen on the back. That's what I've been using to meter most of my street photography work. The bag that I'm using right now is a KEKS body strap bag. Very easy, very lightweight. Mainly use it to carry my gear. I don't even carry my camera in here, which is crazy. I usually keep my camera strapped across me or in my hands at all times when I'm shooting street. But the rest of my stuff, so I usually keep like my film, my KEKS light meter, my strap, and all the other stuff that I usually carry around. Keep it in my KEKS light bag, and it's very small, very easy, very, very lightweight. Another thing that I can't leave without is my logbook, actually. So I have a little small like journal, basically, that I kind of use it to tell, to remind myself, because sometimes I don't develop my film until later in the week, or if I can't get it to the same day. I usually try to always document the area that I shoot, the time that I shot, the camera that I use when I shoot. All different types of stuff is going to go in my logbook. So even as far as down to the film that I use when I shoot. So sometimes if I go out to shoot, and sometimes I don't even use like a whole roll of film, basically I'll put in my logbook how many frames that I use on the film roll, and also the last frame that I left off on. So say like anywhere from like 1 to, I'm gonna say 10 if I shoot only 10 frames. So 1 to 10 frames shot in wherever at this time. I'll make sure I'll log that in my logbook so that I know exactly what I'm expecting to look for when I develop that roll. Yep. So logbook. Other things that I can't go without is my AirPods. So basically, you want to be aware of your surroundings when you're shooting street. So I highly suggest that you be careful when you're wearing AirPods out in street. Especially me, I shoot in Baltimore City, so basically you definitely got to be aware of your surroundings. But I do need my AirPods, so anytime I'll usually have like one ear in and one ear out, one AirPod in, one AirPod, docked. But if I need to take a phone call, if I need to, if I want to listen to like a little bit of music or whatever on my street doing street photography, I basically have to have my AirPods with me at all times. So my AirPods is one thing that I can't go into street photography. Street work is what I call it without doing. Another thing that I usually keep is I usually keep a film holder box with me. This is just like a Kodak film holder box. You basically just store your film in here. So once I'm done shooting, or if I need to go and or get new film, I'll just keep it in here, so you can just take it out, film, slide it in. And I also keep my little box film tabs in here as well. Just something easy to have. Sometimes I'll just take this out in my camera, and that's all I really need. And just it's just an easy way to keep film stored when you're out, doing street photography. And also, it's metal, so if you drop this or you can toss it in the air, it won't break. It's very durable. So having this it's been, especially in the street, you never know what might happen in the street. To me, this is very important because it just keeps your work safe in a safe place instead of just throwing it in your bag and it just flying all over the place. It keeps it in one spot and keeps it safe. The other thing that I need is a shutter release switch. So I do a lot of like nighttime photography. So anytime I'm out at night and I have like a tripod, or I just have somewhere to kind of like sit my camera and just put it on a very slow shutter speed and just kind of hit that switch, and it's the camera can do its thing. Is I also keep a shutter release switch on me, and I just usually keep this in my bag. I don't really take it out because I never know when I might need it. And then usually when I do street photography, it's very random. So it might be, I don't know, it might be 12 o'clock at night one night, or it might be, I don't know, like 1 o'clock in the morning. But having this has been very helpful, and set up on a tripod and just kind of press it and it releases the shutter. So shutter release. Another thing that I use is of course a camera strap. Like I said before, I rarely keep my camera inside of my bag. I usually have it either strapped to me or I'll have it in my hand at all times. So basically having this will allow me to always have my camera ready at all times. In street photography, you never really know what you might see, when you might see it. So having the camera on your body at all times is very important for me. So basically having a camera strap is very, very important. And of course, you can't go anywhere without your cell phone. So like I said, sometimes I'll use like my light meter. I have a light meter app that I normally use. It's actually called Light Meter, which is hilarious. So basically, my Light Meter app, it basically will tell you in real time. You set the exposure, you set the ISO, and you can set the shutter speed. You can set the aperture in the app, however you want to use it. It'll basically tell you, the way to meter your camera, so that way you can get an even exposure in your camera. So that's why I need my phone. Sometimes I won't even take my phone with me because, just being out in the street, you just never know again. And then me shooting in Baltimore, you just really never know. But basically having my phone is very important. Just in case of emergencies, you know what a cell phone is used for. This is 2023, you know what a cell phone is used for. But as far as film, I basically use it just to meter light. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, I'm Tavon, or Tay. You can call me Tay. But basically, this is what I usually use to go out in street photography in Baltimore. I will say, just when you're shooting in street, just be safe, be cautious of your surroundings. Everything is constantly moving in street work, so in every city is different. So you just gotta kind of know your city, know the areas where to go to, where the areas not to go to, and then where I'm from, you just gotta be cool in certain areas. You know what I mean? You just gotta know people. So like in my neighborhood, it's free range because people know, people basically know who you are. But in other neighborhoods, you're walking around with a camera, you never know. So you just got to be careful. But basically, just be careful. I usually like to take as minimum things as possible. Sometimes I will only take my camera out on the street. Sometimes, like it just depends. It depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'll go out and shoot with another person. So it just depends on like what you're comfortable with, the area that you're in, the city that you live in, all that type of stuff kind of depends on, where you live basically. I think everybody should do street photography. If you're a photographer, just try it once and just, you might like it, you might not. I've been doing it for a while now. And it's just kind of like a part of me now, but yeah, thanks for tuning in. Peace.